Hello everyone, hope you are enjoying our healthy meal plans. This is a vegetable soup that can be served alone or with oatmeal. You will need tomatoes, onions, some garlic and Ato-Oche. You blend everything together. If you want it spicy, you can now add Ato-Oche inside. Once you blend that, you're going to heat up some palm oil and add in your tomatoes and blended puree. As usual, all the ingredients are listed in the ingredient list. That is my chopped garlic. Okay, so we're going to add 2 cubes of crayfish seasoning. This is because this is a large batch. If you're going to do a small batch or you're cooking just for yourself, please start with 1 cube of seasoning. The crayfish is just to amp up the flavor of the crayfish that we're also going to add in. So you need at least a tablespoon. If you don't really like crayfish, you can just stick with the seasoning, but it really gives this soup a different feel. Next, you're going to add in your chopped chicken breast. After putting in your chicken breast, you're going to mix and then cover to simmer for at least 20 minutes. You don't want it overcooked, but you want it cooked through. So 20 minutes should be fine. Just cover this and let it cook. Now, if you want your vegetable soup to have water, you will let this cook for the 20 minutes and then immediately put in your vegetables. But if you don't want it to be watery, you need to allow this to dry up a little bit. This is optional, totally optional. This is okay. So you want to put that in, that's optional. You can also use locust beans as well. You put in your vegetables and you put in your ugu. As I wrote in the ingredient list, your vegetables, the green spinach should be more than the ugu leaves, okay? So you can do 4 to 2 cups or 2 cups to 1 cup. As I said earlier, this is cooking for 2 folds, okay? So if you're making just 1 batch, you can actually just let this cook to your desired consistency and put it off. But because I'm not going to eat this in one sitting, you want your leaves still as green and strong as possible. So immediately you finish mixing this in and it's well incorporated, just put off your flame so that the heat from the pots already will, cook the remaining vegetables. You don't need high heat to cook this soup once you have finished your initial mixing. You don't need high heat for this part, especially if you want your vegetables crunchy. You just want this to wilt in the pan. So the heat from the soup already is enough to wilt this and cook through properly. So once you've incorporated it, just switch off your heat, okay? You can make this and portion it. You can serve this with oatmeal as swallow. You can serve this with rice, brown rice, of course. As I said earlier, because of the tomatoes and of course the water content of your vegetables, if you don't want it to be watery or to have that extra water, if you want your soup a bit thick, let the tomatoes dry out more before you mix this in, so that it gives you the difference between this and the vegetable sauce. I hope that makes sense. So as long as your chicken is well cooked in the sauce, you can now portion this out. Another trick is to make the sauce in bulk, portion out the sauce, and then you can add veggies daily if you don't want to make your soup and freeze it. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you're enjoying the healthy meal plan videos. You can also add more veggies if you will. You don't have to stick to the ratio that is stated in the list.